Cyberpunk Uncensored.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cyberpunk Goes Nomad. We are back again for our next session. I believe we are on number 7. I want to apologize to our viewers, both on Twitch or on YouTube, for the wait. Not feeling completely hot today. So today may be a little bit shorter than normal, depending on what's going on for our game. And that being said, I do have a really quick disclaimer to share with our viewers. Today's episode will be dealing with some very serious themes, including but not limited to trauma, violence, and graphic descriptions, so viewer discretion is highly advised for this episode. Our players found themselves most recently dealing with a flaming, exploding zeppelin falling on top of a nomad market populated with people, as well as a series of nuclear explosions that seem to have wiped out their electronics. And so that is what we are starting off with, and so it will only progress from there. So again, viewer discretion is advised for today. That being said, I would love to introduce our players for today. So let's start this time on the opposite end. Can we start off with Violent Neon? Go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hey everyone, I am Violent Neon. I am one of your resident nomads for tonight, and you can find me on Cyberpunk Uncensored's Discord at Violent Neon, or here every Saturday.
All right, thank you. Vampire Bites?
I'm Vampire Bites. I'll be playing the medic, Mad Mags. You can find me on the Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord running the play-by-post game, and here every Saturday night, and hopefully back on my own channel soon.
Awesome. Johnny Drop?
Hi, I'm Johnny Drop. I'll be playing your tech this evening. You can find me here at the Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord at Johnny Drop, of course. And you can also find me on Twitch at OtherSandman3096. I also have a SoundCloud at Arkson.
Awesome, thank you. We are down a player today. She is with us in spirit, though. Raven is not able to join us today. I'm still going to drop her links and stuff into our Twitch. She's unavailable for the moment. So her PC will be dealing with in just a minute. Chuggy, you are up next.
All right, I'm Chuggy T-Bar, going to be playing T-Bar, the pilot nomad. And on Twitch, you can find me at Chuggy305. And on the Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord, just Chuggy, like here.
Awesome, thank you. Captain Mark, go ahead and wrap that up for us.
Yep, Captain Mark. You can find me Captain Mark 87 on the Twitter. Captain Mark 87 on Discord. You can find me over at twitch.tv/heroes in theory tomorrow at 6 EST was the only time I was given. Everyone else work it out from there, wherever you happen to be in the world. It's our first session tomorrow, so do tune in for that. Talented bunch of guys over there. It's going to be fun. And the new podcast that I keep talking about drops in 2 weeks' time. First episode.
Awesome. And that's a new link for me to add in. So what was the Twitch address for that? It's not your Captain Mark.
Oh, for yeah, sorry, I think I put it on our Discord, but I don't think I probably should tell you. That will be twitch.tv/heroes in theory for the stream tomorrow.
Heroes in theory. All right, there we go. And I will make sure to get my document updated. Sorry about that. I didn't see the change.
No, it's all right. It's fine. It's no problem. I didn't let you know. I just realised it's my bad.
It's all good. Um, Last but not least, I'm up. I am Capricious Nature. I'm the GM. Um, Again, my apologies, not feeling 100% today, but I am still extremely excited and extremely happy to be here. On our Twitch, I've linked up where you can find every single one of us, from other Twitch channels to our websites, Discord servers, uh, everything. Every location you can track us down, you can find on there. We also have, for our music that was playing just a little bit earlier, that was provided to us by Helix Code over at Outworld Sounds. You can find them on their Twitch channel, which I've already linked. Our map that's used right now on our display is from Valstoys. You can find his Patreon link there as well. The supplements that we will be using for our game, as we do for every game, are hosted up on cyberpunkuncensored.com. And you can find my link tree there, which has a bunch of different helpful and useful little links, including the perchance generator that will be used later on today. Finally, I wanted to remind our audience that the Vehicles of Red has the newest update out. It's got some DV fixes, it's got spelling fixes, it's got new pictures, a little bit of a newer format for a couple of the pages, and that document is only going to continue growing as time goes on, now that I finally get to play test it and see what's going on. Finally, I would also like to give our audience a heads up. Rob, for Cyberpunk Uncensored, has helped me get my hands on a copy of Fallout 2D20, and my hope is that within the next month I can finish prepping and getting ready, and then hopefully we may have an additional Fallout stream on our Cyberpunk Uncensored Twitch channel. That all being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our crew here for Cyberpunk Goes Nomad. Now, I already introduced at the very beginning what was going on and the kind of situation that we're in, is that our players have dealt with a pretty odd situation. They were brought by Bear to go to the Nomad Council meeting, taking place outside of Night City. At this location, there's a nomad market, which most normal folks inside the city do not get a chance to go to, but our players have been able to find their way there. They got through a decent chunk of their shopping before they started experiencing a couple of issues. Now, who would like to tell us about what was going on at the bar and what was going on for picking up the supplies? Captain Mark, you want to tell us what happened at the bar?
Sure. We went looking for information regarding any news on Metacore. We bumped into some what turned out to be essentially suicide bombers when trying to secure like an outpost in the Badlands, who identified themselves as Metacore. So we went looking into it because Metacore had been essentially a non-entity since the fourth corporate. And we bumped into some people there that seemed very evasive, very sketchy. And then we were kind of interrupted by nuclear explosions. Our investigation into such matters.
Awesome. And Vampire Bites, Violent Neon, Johnny Drop, somebody want to share with us what happened with gathering materials?
We'd been
Well, we
really
were off.
productive. We gathered some stuff. I have it all loaded up in my car. We were on our way to go pick up Mags, who was getting some medical supplies, and then the sky lit up, and now I can't see anything.
Okay. And Vampire, what was going on for you?
Yeah, Mags was just investigating the medical supplies, had just purchased them and was carrying them back to where we were meeting for the car. As you know, as Domino says, the sky lit up, and well, Mags can only see out of one eye now. The EMP stopped the car dead. Yeah, the nuke shed out EMPs that wiped out all of the cyberware and vehicles, including the Zeppelin up above, which is now. That was one question that I had: is where? I mean, it's big, but where is it in relation to where we are, where the bar was, and stuff like that? Like, is it going to come down on top of us? Do we need to run for cover or run to try and save people because I'm an idiot?
Well, that's what we're going to be updating on right now, actually. So,
Good.
for our audience, we've got a little bit of some background knowledge about what happened with our last session and what's going on right now. What is this very moment that they're facing down? Well, for this very moment, what they're experiencing is what's known as an EMP, electromagnetic pulse blast. It seems to have wiped out not only Violent Neon's car, but also a lot of folks' cybernetics. And that's what happened to Calamity. She literally dropped down to the ground after every single one of her cyberware completely bugged out on her. Above, there is this massive Zeppelin, and it's not directly above where our players are at. It's a little bit further into the night market itself, but it is now starting to nosedive straight down into pretty much the center of this Nomad market, probably about maybe 700 or 800 meters away from where our players currently are. Captain Mark came over to check on. Oh, let me switch those over. I want to make sure I've got our names correct. There we go. Devilish Jack Holmes came over to check on T-Bar and Calamity with his own little pack of people who were gabbing away. And at that moment, he was kind of waved off when all of these blasts started going off. T-Bar was standing there, not too much of an issue with the EMP, but Calamity literally dropped to the floor, crumpled a mess as all of her different cybernetics completely went off. Remy, you were, I believe, waiting for Domino. You helped him pack up everything into the car, and the two of you started heading over, or what was happening?
Yeah, so on our way over to pick up Mad Mags, the EMP blast struck us, obviously rendering the vehicle unusable, as well as a handful, if not all, of um, Domino's cybernetics. So I'm just kind of I'm a fully functional passenger in a fully unfunctional vehicle.
Which is at a stop. I got it to park first
Yes.
before I went blind.
Yep, you were able to successfully roll your drive check before it swerved off into a crowd of people. So congrats on that. Smart move. And Mad Max, as you mentioned, you were over trying to get your medical supplies and stuff. You had already kind of collected this stuff together. You were waiting for Domino and Remy to arrive to load everything in. And that's where we are going to be starting back up, is that Domino and Remy, both of you are maybe 100 meters away from where Mad Max is at. You had almost gotten over before the blast went off. The car went dead. And so I'm going to be, first of all, asking everybody right now to please roll initiative, so we know what order to go in. I've got jacks, I've got dominoes. Right.
I don't know why the
Max did with a
evasion.
6.
I don't know why the evasion rolled.
No
It
worries.
must have
Sorry.
slipped over.
Oh, Remy rolling in there high. All right. Then we've got domino. All right. So what I'm going to be doing right now, because our group is kind of split up and scattered around, uh, it's going to be a little confusing here. But what I'm going to be doing is what I was looking for was to see who rolled higher for their like group initiative roll, and that was Remy. So Remy, you're in the car with Domino. What are the two of you doing? Let's roll to a stop.
Remy, where are you? Are you okay? What's going on? What? Hey, I can't see. Are we okay? Did I hit anything? I saw that we came. What's
Hey,
going
hey,
on?
hey, 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 hey.
Yeah.
Calm down now. From what I can tell, the proverbial shit has hit the fan. Can you find your way to the back seat?
Yeah. And I undo my seatbelt and shimmy into the back seat.
Okay.
And Remy's gonna slink his way over into the driver's seat.
Oh, Remy's jumping into the driver's seat. All right. What are you going to try doing?
He's gonna pop open a panel or two and try and fiddle around to see if he can get quite possibly their only hope of escape back into operational function.
All right. So what I'd actually like you to do right now is please roll me the vehicle tech check.
Don't break anything. Make sure to use the special tool that's right next to the glove box.
And he slams on the thing.
No. Oh no.
Yeah, so you're able to kind of screw around with the wires. You're able to get a couple of things to manually start going, and from there you can slowly hear the as the engine starts back up. Now, the vehicle that you're in, it still is without electronics, so the car is running itself manually at the moment. Luckily, Domino's car is a lot older and it has a lot of manual pieces to it. But because it is blasted, the actual car itself, the extra functions, the electronics, the comm systems, those are not working. But the car does jump to life. Mags, what I'd like you to do right now is please roll me a perception check. You're able to hear this car sputter to life before you're able to swing around and see it with your one functional eye, and you can immediately notice that it is Domino's car. And with a 20, you're able to see through the front windshield and see that it's Remy in the driver's seat and not Domino.
The hearing is actually going to be 22. No, that's dead. Never mind. That cyberware is dead. It's still just 20. Right.
Yeah, so you're able to hear it and you see them. You see Remy at least sitting in the driver's seat after he slams down on the front panel and gets it running.
Right. How far away are they?
They are about 100 meters away. And you've got a crate of medical supplies. You can grab that
I'll
and go
take
with it, or you can just run.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet them a little less than halfway because the car probably moves faster than I do. So I'm gonna head in their direction, move 8, so just a double move, I guess.
Okay. And are you grabbing the medical supplies, or are you just leaving it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I need you to do for me really quick is give me a strength check.
Yeah.
Pardon the camera situation, folks. Looks like Chuggy
Oh,
loves
jeez.
jams. Yeah, so you pick up that crate, and as you start moving, you drop it. The crate is now on the ground. And I see that Raven is in the chat with us. Hi, Raven. We are just starting up, a little behind today. It's my fault, so everybody can blame me. Yeah, so you drop down the stuff, and on your next turn, what you're gonna have to try to do is to pick that stuff back up and hopefully get everything. So GS Fumato? Is that GS Fumato. So I am GM Capricious Nature. I am not Rob, and we are doing a Nomad campaign. So I'm one of the fellow GMs here. I'm a team member over at Cyberpunk Uncensored, and we are dealing with a nuclear nomad situation. You can find our other clips on YouTube if you just go onto YouTube and search up Cyberpunk Goes Nomad. We're your first hit. Yeah, pleasure to meet you too. We have Mad Max starting to run with this box of medical supplies, and it crashes down in front of her. And as this happens, well, T-Bar, Domino, you're both in the car. Or sorry, not T-Bar and Domino, Remy and Domino. So Remy, do you want to make a drive check?
Oh God, no, no. I'm simply trying to get the car in working order before I try and see if I can maybe get Domino in working order.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, you've got the car going, and you've got Mad Max heading over towards you guys. So, what's up, Max? Look like you're about to say something. Walking, got it. Okay. Mouth is full, understood. So our next up is going to be Jack. So, devilish Jack Holmes, you see these bright flashes. You can hear the crowds around you starting to panic. The folks that were there with you, the 6 people, scatter to the wind. They just start fucking running out of there. And at the same time, you see Calamity just drop down to the ground. And as the white light is slowly fading from your vision, you can also notice that the guy that was behind those Militech display boxes, he's no longer there
So the Militech gear still there?
anymore. You can do a perception check to see if it's there.
I will.
You do not see any of the gear sitting on top of the boxes anymore.
Oh, forget larceny. I look around, and obviously I see Calamity on the ground. Oh, so you give that any more metal, and I'm gonna head over to her and sling her over my shoulder, I guess.
All right, give me a strength check, or sorry, body check. Because,
Yes.
as you just mentioned, Calamity is a bunch of metal.
Oh yeah.
You try picking her up, and as you're kind of struggling to pick her up, you just kind of drop her again. You just hear a groan coming from her as she drops down to the ground.
I'm there as well, or
Yes. Yeah,
can
so
I
he
try to
walked
help
over,
him?
he
Or
tried doing the body check. You can 100% do a body check yourself. Hopefully a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's got a body of 8. I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
butterfingers.
add.
Roll bad.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna add
roll bad.
3 luck to this, I guess.
Okay.
Cloudy, a high of 89 and a low of 71. What time should I set the alarm for?
So I guess that's. Does that explode, or should I roll another d10?
Well, that would simply, for a check like this, that would be a critical success. So you're able to pick her up yourself and kind of sling her over your shoulder. If you want to roll me another 10, go ahead. You can add it to that.
Yeah, if it don't matter, then might as well not roll.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to pick Calamity up off the ground after Jack butterfingers his way through dropping her to the ground, and you literally just kind of easily sling her up over your shoulder into a fireman's hold. And I need you to give me a perception check really quick. Devilish Jack Holmes, you can give me one too.
Go.
So a 9 from Jack.
-2.
T-Bar, a 12. Neither of you see any of the folks that were standing there, those guys that were kind of decked out with their fancier, cleaner cyberware. You don't see the guy that was behind the Militech display. What you two do notice and what you two do perceive around you is the fact that people are starting to run. People are running away from what seems to be the epicenter of this camp because of that Zeppelin that seems to be nosediving.
I'll look over at Jack and say, I think we better get moving. Shit, where the hell is everybody else? And
We find the car, and I think we probably find the others. Just keep your head about you. People get funny ideas in situations like this, and Jack's gonna just force habit, I suppose. Draw his revolver just in case, and then I suppose we'll start looking for the others in the car.
All right, and I'll actually have you roll on that with our next round, because next up right now is Remy. So Remy, you've got that car. It is slowly sputtered back to life. It's now running on manual power at the moment. Doesn't seem to have any electricity still going inside. Those fuses seem to have been blown, something that you can probably fix later. And you've got Domino slung about in the back seat. So what are you going to be doing?
All right, now Domino,
What?
we've got two options here.
Uh-huh.
I can try and rig this into something that drives, faux show, or I can put you back in working order. Regardless, we need to get the fuck out of here, and we need to find the others.
How we used to play a game when we were kids in the clan. One of us would we'd have an open road while we were trying to do this so that it was safe, but the driver would close their eyes and the person in the passenger seat would dictate which way to go. I think we need to get mags before anything else. So if you be my eyes, I'll drive so that we can pick her up. And then you can worry about putting my eyes back together later. But I think that's going to be the best case to at least get us going.
All right, Remy. Remy leans his head out of the window and shouts, "Mags, fuck the gear. Get in the car."
No, we need that gear. Don't tell. No, we need. That's medical supplies, man. We need those.
I don't know. I do know you can't see what's happening right now, but I don't know if we have time to prioritize supplies and our friends. We need to go now.
Here, and I'm gonna crawl my way and back up to the front and try to shove you over so that I can get in the driver's seat.
That works.
All right.
All right, so Domino, you make your way up to the front. Remy kind of gets shoved over the side after yelling out to Mags to just fuck the supplies. Domino, what are you going to try and do here? Are you going to try and make a driving check?
Yes.
Well, hold on. Before you make that driving check, Remy, you are the one who's going to be giving instructions, correct?
Yep.
I need you to give me a conversation check. Be able to adequately explain what's going on. Yes, Captain Mark, this is gonna end well. It's gonna be fine. As I always tell my friends here, Buyang Danchin, no worries. It's okay. It's okay.
I am. It's been a while since Remy's played this game, so he's going to cross his fingers and put 2 points of luck into this.
Okay. Fingers crossed for you too. 17. Wonderful. All right. You are able to adequately explain things and surroundings to Domino. Domino, this is where I'm going to give you a driving check, but since you are literally blind, it's going to be at a -4. Your DV is going to beat a 17. So -4 beat a 17.
-2 plus the -2 for being tired, so a total of -6.
Holy crap!
Okay.
Right? Yes, you didn't sleep.
Oh god.
Okay.
Any
So -6, but would I get a plus from
yeah.
That's
any
including
pluses
the
from?
+2 from Remy for assisting.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to throw 2 luck into this.
All right. That's gonna be a -4.
Can
Yep.
Remy put on his safety belt?
Yes, you can. You totally can. 100%.
He does. He very much does that.
Okay.
And I already have under stress marked. I'm adding a -2 for the other to no, it's a -4. And then the +2 for luck, and now I'm gonna roll.
All right. 27. Holy hell. Okay, this is why nomads are the drivers. So Domino blows this away. He very acutely listens with his eyes closed. His senses seem to be attuned to this manual car with no power steering at all, and very slowly gets the car moving forward. And Mags, you see this hunk of metal coming straight at you pretty quickly and then stop on a dime before even touching you. And Remy's in the passenger seat, clutching onto his safety belt. Domino's sitting there probably with a horrifying smile on his face. Big into
Need help
it.
with the supplies? Are you on the left or the right of the car, Mags? Hey Remy, can you help Mags with those supplies? I don't want to leave those. We're here, so
Oh, you still got it, Domino baby. All right, and Remy hops out and goes for the supplies to try and help out Megs.
Yeah. Mags scoops up the supplies and just climbs into the back seat, supplies and all.
All right. For the supplies, go ahead and give me another body check, please. Oh my goodness.
Can I
don't
not
know.
roll a 1 this time?
Everybody in our Twitch viewership, my apologies. The screen's about to go blank really quick. I'm having some technical difficulties with my mouse, of all things. All right, should be back up in order. Okay, my mouse is not working. That's fun. All right, this will be an interesting session. Yeah, you've got a body check 11. So you successful check. You're able to pull all this stuff together. You're able to stand back up and kind of hoist it over your shoulder and get it into the vehicle. And you've climbed in. So we've got Remy in the passenger seat, Mags in the back seat, Domino in the driver's seat, because the blind guy driving is the best idea we've got. Let's see. Our next up in order is going to be Jack.
Yeah, we're going to try and find the car, I guess. Is that are we actually using the map for that, or are we doing this theater of the mind like to?
This is Theater of the Mind because I do not
Cool.
have anything that could adequately cover the insanity of
I
what's
figured.
going on right now.
Yeah, I was just checking. All right then. Yeah, I suppose I'd sort of turn to T on we find the car and we find the others. Let's go. And gesture him over as he falling calamity with him.
Maybe is there a wheelbarrow or maybe a chair with some wheels?
There we go. Finally got camera working. There is not any wheelbarrows immediately nearby, but you do have Calamity in a fireman's hold over your shoulder, so you should be able to move.
Yeah, I guess I'll start moving out with her and tell her to why don't you watch my back. And
Waves kind of the revolver at him like, don't, we'll be fine. Just everyone's too concerned about themselves right now. I don't think we need to worry too much. Let's just get the car and get out.
All right, can I get both of you to give me perception checks? This is going to be a difficult perception check. Need to beat a 17 to be able to see through the crowd that is now screaming and running. And cameras should now be fully functional again on Twitch. Yes, cool. So Jack, T-Bar, perception checks.
I rolled.
Oh, it's frozen again. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
Jack made his,
There we go.
and
Okay,
you
got it,
are
yeah. 17 add 2. Okay, so Jack, you are able to successfully see through this crowd of people literally running around trying to escape at the moment. You're able to see your way through, and you see the tail end of Domino's car off in the distance, about 200 meters away from you.
Oh, T-Bar, I found it. I was looking for the shittiest car, and there it is. Well, I head towards it.
so I'll like use Calamity's arm and like put it into a thumbs up and be like, all right, let's go.
All right. So for the both of you, what I would like you two to do right now is give me a second check. This is going to be athletics, trying to mingle your way through the crowd that you are physically going against.
Oh, I'm so good at that. Right.
Both of you pass. Awesome. So you were both able to get your full move through as you kind of push your way through the crowd and continue snaking your way through. And we're at the bottom of the round. So as this is happening, you two are making your way kind of deeper into the actual Nomad market. The Zeppelin continues to come down, and it is very close to hitting the ground. You can literally hear people screaming and shouting, and at this point, all of you can start hearing what sounds like gunfire going off. People are panicking. Havoc is taking over. Top of our round, Remy, what are you doing?
So Domino's in the driver's seat?
Yep, Domino's in the driver's seat, and Mad Max is in the back.
I am going to try and get his optics online.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a cyber tech check. And I actually need to double check and see what the DV is for that, because oh my god. For those of you that are curious at home, our wonderful viewers, when it comes to electronics, when it comes to anything that is power, the mechanic that I'm using for this situation right now is the equivalent to the microwaver. Microwaver. And so what the microwaver does is it shuts down electronics, it shuts down cybernetics, and they had to oppose a DV to see if their stuff turned off or if it was, well, still on. So what I'm checking for right now is, there we go. Let's see, what did you get? What'd you get?
So
21.
No. I forgot to take off my luck points. Okay. So it's actually a 19.
Okay, you still got it.
17 or 18 rather.
Yeah, you still got it. The DV was 15. And so after a couple of moments, Remy, you kind of get in there, you start putting stuff back together, and you see a little spark as Domino, your vision starts to reboot itself. And both of you can kind of hear quietly in the background as his vision comes back online.
Remy, you've never been so beautiful to me in any time I've ever looked at you before.
I am honored and a little bit insulted. Get us out of here.
On it. Let's go find our crew. And yeah, I'll start. Knowing what our people look like, having no idea what's going on with the chaos, would I be able to try to make a perception check to see if I see them?
Yes,
Or
that's what I was
Okay.
gonna have you do for this round. So go ahead and give me a perception check. You no longer
Okay.
have all of your crazy minuses except for your tired, so remember that's just a -2.
Yep.
You do not see them in this thrall of people. You've got folks literally running past your car, some people like bouncing off of your hood, trying to like slide across it, falling off the hood because it's a very difficult maneuver to do. You've got people literally screaming and shouting. You cannot see your group.
I vaguely recall they went to the bar that was somewhere over there. I'm going to rev my engine, honk my horn, and start heading in that direction.
All right, go ahead and give me a drive check. Let's see if you can get through that crowd without running people over. You're able to scare off some folks with your honks. Honk is with an air compressor. Air compressors are electronic. Your honking does not work, but you are able to slowly push people away as you kind of inch your way into that crowd.
Again, revving the engine. If I hear nothing from the hunt, then definitely revving the engine, making it go louder. But I'm assuming this is a manual, so I'll ease off of the clutch as I'm putting more pressure on that, so that it doesn't lurch or anything, but generally gradually starts moving forward, but with the revving engine.
Got it. All right, so you start making your way. Mad Mags, what are you doing in the back seat? You're muted.
Just checking to make sure that the supplies all got picked up, and looking over to make sure that the food's loaded. I don't have anything else to do. I suppose I could be on a lookout for other people, but my hearing is out too, so I don't know that that's what we're doing.
What?
Well, you can still hear. It's just that your enhanced hearing is no longer active.
Okay. So if we're looking for them, yeah, we'll make a perception check.
Okay.
Skills, perception. Yeah.
You're kind of looking through the windows. You don't see them either. This car is kind of a little bit lower to the ground, and so what you're seeing is mostly people's torsos. You're not really able to see through the crowd either. But Domino, you start driving. And Domino, go ahead and roll me a luck check, please. What's your luck?
4.
4. Okay. Roll a 1d10. Let's see if you get under. Yes, so you are able to successfully start navigating your way towards the correct bar. You remember it correctly. Devilish Jack Holmes and T-Bar, you can well, T-Bar didn't see it, but Jack did. You can see Domino's car very slowly start turning around and heading in your direction. Very, very slowly going through the crowd. He's not really pushing it at all, but you can hear that engine. T-Bar, at this point, you can see it too, because none of the other electronics, none of the lights, none of the other vehicles are up and running except for the sound of this engine screaming loudly as he's trying to push his way into the crowd. So Jack, what are you gonna do?
Head towards it. There are loads of people around the vehicle that's making it hard for it to move, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna get closer to the vehicle.
So just keep going.
Yeah, I want to wait for T-Bar to get in, and then I'm gonna do something that's potentially risky, but potentially will probably clear everyone out of the way as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and T-Bar, you're following behind Jack as he's starting to make his way over to the car, and you hear a shout coming from behind you. The voice is a similar one to the one that you had heard. That vendor that was sitting there previously is now behind you, and the storage container that was there, this large kind of dark military green painted gunmetal green painted storage container has the doors in the back open up nice and wide, and you can see a couple of people standing in there, and that guy's up in the front. He shouts over to you, and he's like, "Hey, I thought you said you might be interested in a job."
For now, I think I'm just gonna uh, ignore that. Get Calamity into the car.
All right, so you're just gonna keep walking.
Yeah, and I'm gonna point him out to Jack and say like, "Hey, keep an eye on that guy," and try to get into the car to relay the information to them that I believe that he had something to do with what just happened.
Okay. For both of you, can you roll me perception checks? And my apologies again to our Twitch and YouTube viewers. I should have our D20 and Twitch chat running again without any more issues. So I apologize. All right, Jack, you got a 10. T-Bar, you got a 13. So T-Bar, even though you pointed out to Jack, Jack does not notice it, but you do. This guy has put on his jacket, and you can see on his jacket in massive white print on a black jacket, it says Meta Core straight across. And you can see that he is heavily armed.
Is there any markings on the storage container that would make it recognizable in any way, like numbers, a name,
Nope, it looks
anything
like it
like
was
that?
spray painted to kind of get rid of those identifiers.
Yeah, I definitely want to get Calamity back to the car before I try to do anything with that. So
Okay.
I guess I'll go kick the car and yell, "Pop the trunk." I don't know.
Oh, you're not up to it yet. You're making your way through the crowd. As I said, you guys were about 200 meters away, so it's a
Okay.
little bit of a walk. But Domino, you are slowly pushing your way through the crowd. Devilish Jack Holmes and T-Bar are doing the same. You continue moving, and as the two of you are making your way towards each other, uh, T-Bar, Devilish Jack Holmes, both of you can hear it before Domino, Remy, and Mad Mags do. But the Zeppelin seems to have finally made contact with the ground, and both of you, before anything else, can hear what sounds like the screeching of metal as this internal skeleton of the Zeppelin starts collapsing in on itself while it impacts into the ground. And right behind that, both of you can start hearing what sounds like automatic gunfire going off pretty close by. Remy, you're the top of our order. You can see from where you're at, because the car is finally turned around. There's actually no perception check for this. You can see that the Zeppelin itself has now come in contact with the ground. You don't really hear it through the windows because they're closed, but you do see it hitting the ground, and you can see what looked like a flash of gunfire coming from a little bit of a ways away behind Jack and T-Bar. What are you going to be doing?
Um, oh gosh.
Do you think Bear survived that?
Was Bear in the Zeppelin?
Yeah.
No. Um,
So
uh,
hey, Mags, I know you're all about saving people, but I don't think anybody could have survived a falling Zeppelin. We could go try to look for bodies, but there's gunfire. This is a combat zone. We can handle that, but it might be better for us to pick up our crew and get back to our group of Snake Nation and let them know what happened. And recover. We got the supplies. The other cars are here. Nobody. What's your thoughts? You're muted.
Family first.
So when you say, do you mean as in Bear because he's part of the family, or getting these supplies and everything back to the family to make sure the family survives?
I genuinely don't know. Yeah,
I don't either. For now, the immediate thing is the rest of our group because that's our core family. Let's go get them.
Right.
And then
So
maybe.
so Jack and T-Bar haven't made it to the vehicle yet, correct?
Not yet. You're about 100 meters away from each other now, with their move combined with your car driving through the crowd.
And could it be faster if I attempted to scatter the crowd?
Yeah, I would encourage that.
Whatever you want to do, man.
All right, so I'm going to pop my head out of the window. Well, pop my upper torso out of the window, and my grenade launcher will extend from my arm, and Remy will shout, "All y'all better get right about the way. We got some business to attend to, and you need to get up away from our vehicle."
All right.
Sound cool?
Let's see. Let's do a. Give me a cool check. And if you would prefer, you can try to roll persuasion.
Can my revving horn be a bonus? Or can my revving engine be a
I
bonus?
think that might actually make it more difficult for people to hear him.
Touche.
Yeah, so you got an 11. Remy, people aren't paying attention to you.
Yeah,
They're running, they are screaming, and as you kind of stick your body out, you can hear that automatic gunfire going off now. So somebody out there is already shooting.
Oh, upon hearing the automatic gunfire, he is going to tuck himself back in.
Okay. All right, so you tuck yourself back into the vehicle. You've tried to intimidate or persuade the people around to no avail. Domino, go ahead and give me another drive check.
With that drive check, I'm going to be starting to be a little less concerned about the people that are in my way because I need to get my family and we need to get somewhere safe. And these people, while they're part of the Nomad family, they're not my immediate Nomad family. And so they should know by now to get out of the way of a moving vehicle. And if they're not, that's on them.
Are
So
you
I'm going to try
using
to go
Moto?
faster.
Are you using Moto for these?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just checking. It didn't come up Moto in the thing, but I'm presuming it just doesn't.
That's if you mouse over it, that's the 5.
Right, gotcha. Okay, cool. All right.
All right, a 23, and go ahead and roll me a 1d10. Let's see how lucky you are to not be running people over.
They should roll their luck, see if they got out of the way.
I actually, I just did on my end.
Eyes prepared.
Speed bump.
Oh yeah. No.
You've got speed bumps.
Understood.
Remy
Yeah,
is
so
horrified.
you rev that engine and you start going faster to close the distance a little bit faster, and all of you in the car start feeling thump, 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 as 4 people are have found themselves under the vehicle. Now,
They
Remy,
might
you've
survive.
got your seatbelt on. Domino, do you have your seatbelt on?
Of course.
Okay, Mad Mags. You're muted again. No? No seatbelt?
She wouldn't have thought of it. It's
Alright.
just, it's too much stress and trauma going on around her. That no, she would not have thought of it, especially because they're a new feature in the back.
All right, for you in the back seat, you are going to be experiencing the whiplash critical. So please add that in on your sheet. That's going to be a -1 to all of your checks until you have been checked out. And Domino, roll me a 6d6 for the damage that you are incurring on those 4 people.
Oof.
And for any and all in our audience, if you are wondering where this is coming from, you can find those base rules in the Vehicles of Red as well as in the core rulebook. When you impact an individual, everybody inside the car that's not wearing a safety belt, a safety harness, they experience whiplash, and everybody that is hit receives 66 of damage. You've got a critical there, so roll me another 2d6, please, to figure out what criticals you are giving these folks.
That's a critic. Those are ones.
Oh, that's a
Or
critical hit. Oh
there's
my
no
goodness.
Yeah.
Sorry, I saw the green 6 and I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you're good. So 14 damage. None of these people seem to be dying. So maybe some folks got their foot or their arm, maybe their leg caught underneath the tires, but you guys can hear that they are not having a good time outside of the vehicle. Devilish Jack Holmes and T-Bar, you can see the vehicles speeding up, and you start seeing people literally getting slammed by Domino's car. He is no longer particularly caring about safety at this point.
It still can't be
because of
moving that fast because of being in the crowd. I'm just picturing that scene from Austin Powers where he's in the steamroller and the guy's like, no, he's like miles away and he's going really slow. Get out of the way! No.
See, in the back of my mind, I
yeah.
was picturing the Deadpool with Zamboni trying to go after him on the ice course.
It's the same joke.
I'll get to you in 2 weeks.
Screw that. So I've seen Dono hit a few people, and oh, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna pull out my SMG and just mag dump into the sky. Get out of the fucking way, like this.
All right. Roll me your auto fire, please.
Of which I have a whole 2 points in now.
Woo! Skills.
Hell yeah.
15, and you're just mag dumping into the air.
Yeah, just to get people to get out of the way.
All right. Go ahead and roll me 2d6. Oh wait, no. Before you roll damage, roll me a luck check. My bad.
Suppressive Fire doesn't do damage.
My luck is 2.
Suppressive Fire isn't intended to do damage.
Oh, he's doing suppressive. Okay. So
Yeah.
never mind. You're all right. Suppressive Fire. Thank you for reminding me about that rule, Vampire. I don't think I've ever had players use suppressive fire, so that's a new one for me. But yes, so yeah, you're doing suppressive fire. You're forcing people to run, and with that, I have to roll a check now to see if the crowd disperses. So thank you for the reminder. The crowd begins to disperse around you. Jack, as you said, mag dump your SMG up into the air with suppressive fire. They start screaming and running away from you. Domino, you can see him just unloading into the air. You can hear that automatic gunfire now. It's much closer as people start scattering and running away from him. And Jack, I'm guessing you're going to continue using your move to go towards the car.
Yeah. Now that there's more space, just for my, because it's literally the first time I've used auto fire. How many rounds actually is that?
That's 10 rounds out of your magazine.
10. Cool. No worries. Yeah, just for my records. Thank you. All right. Yeah, and then we'll carry on heading towards the car.
Sounds good. T-Bar, I'm guessing you're still following along. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Yes, I want to try to keep an eye on what's going on with that guy at the crate. just behind me if I can.
Yeah, roll me a perception check. You notice that it is him and a couple of the other people from that container. They have assault rifles and they are unloading automatic fire into the crowd. Have you ever played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2?
Mm.
No, but I think
I know what he's
I get.
referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, for anybody out in the audience, this is the equivalent of the airport scene that was censored across the globe at the moment. So, yeah, you can YouTube it if you're interested. I do not recommend it because it is heartbreaking. But yeah, T-Bar, you can see that they are unloading into the crowd. They are not suppressive firing. They are shooting at people in the crowd. There's about 4 of them. One of them is the guy that had very little cybernetics. He is up in the front. You can see the very large man who is speaking some Germanic language. He is also carrying an assault rifle and is unloading at
The one
crowd.
that the Jack was like the talking to for a little bit.
Yeah, trying to get information from that Calamity was
Okay.
tailing. And then there's 2 others that you did not see earlier. Calamity had seen them, but you had not. And both of them are there as well, and they are unloading out into the crowd.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna keep running with Calamity and try to get to the car.
All right, and so by the next turn, you guys would get there. Domino, you pull up because this crowd is now dispersed thanks to both Devilish Jack Holmes and your reckless abandonment for ethics, and so both of you eventually get up to each other by our next turn. But what's going on in your surroundings is that people may have started avoiding the 2 of you, but the issue is that there's still quite a few people, and quite a bit further into the distance, you can see the Zeppelin continue to impact into the ground until after about 2 or 3 seconds, there is a concussive burst as the gases inside of it ignite. I need Jack and T-Bar, for both of you, I need you to give me a what is it? Reflex check, please, to see if you get knocked down to the ground from the concussive explosion.
Straight
I've
reflex
been
or
rolling like
evasion?
absolute shit
Reflex.
today.
Yeah, so Jack gets knocked down to the ground as this concussive blast comes over. T-Bar, you're able to keep yourself up, holding Calamity over your shoulders, but you see Jack just kind of fall
Mags,
down.
can you get Jack?
And yeah, Domino, you've pulled up to them. Jack is on the ground, just knocked over. And the 5 of you that are awake and can see, you can literally see this massive cloud of fire engulfing the remainder of the Zeppelin.
Yep, do not want. Everybody into the car, let's GTFO.
That is what I've been saying.
With our
Okay.
people. Family.
You know, give or take.
Oh, I just realized really quick, Vampire Bites' background is absolutely perfect for right now. Thank you very much for that. I wish I could do the same. What were you going to say, Chuck?
After I get Calamity in the car, I want to point the crate out again and say that those are the Meditech guys, and I think they did this. I don't know if we want to get out or try to maybe find out what's going on with them.
Good for them. There's 5 of them with automatic guns. There's a crowd. No, we're going back. We need reinforcements at minimum.
Mags is going to jump out of the car and go help Devilish Jack up and into the car.
Yeah, so the next turn is him doing that, picking them up.
Yep.
T-Bar, you've gotten into the car, you've warned them. Remy, what are you doing?
Remy's staying in the car.
Okay.
So
Hey, what about as we're getting away, maybe tossing a grenade at that container? Maybe
That's-
try to get them to stop
Yeah.
shooting at us or stop
That's what I
shooting
was
into the
thinking.
crowd and killing other nomads. We're not
That-
sticking around, mind you, but
that's an option, but there's a lot of people around, so that carries some implications there.
Are they're in the container, right? The four dudes.
They had just stepped out of the container.
Because I'd argue, this is from an above game perspective, I'd argue that if you put the grenade in that container, you'd possibly hit only them and not the crowd.
Could totally try doing that. Remy, do you want to give it a shot?
It'd be a hell of a shot if you could slap the
let me-
grenade in a container behind them and get it would explode outwards behind them, right?
I mean, it's not really an aimed shot. It's still just targeting a square. That square just happens to be right behind them in the container.
Yeah. So what
Right.
it's gonna be is you're just gonna have a distance DV check for that, and you have the grenade launcher. You're less than 100 yards away, just a little bit under 100 yards. It's gonna be a DV 20. If you want to try and make that shot.
you want to try making that shot.
Yeah, I'm just looking real quick. Domino, I've never
Yes.
been more glad that you suggest I put people in reckless endangerment with the same grenade launcher that almost put you in the ground.
I mean, it has to
And
be.
and the grenade launcher pops up out of his arm and fires into the container behind these men.
Okay. To open up, take your shot. Go ahead and roll. 22. You are able
Yes.
to fire off that grenade launcher, and it soars over the crowd and hits the container itself. Go ahead and roll me damage. Because I've got a couple of rolls I need to make as well.
And it is just the standard grenade,
Yeah.
I believe, that I have loaded up in there.
Yes. Yes. One of the guys that had not been seen earlier, he gets engulfed into the flame from that grenade launch, but the others are literally able to step away from the explosion and get out of the radius before it goes off. Your 18 points is applied to one of those four guys over there. You can see that they noticed the shot and noticed where it came from, and you can see all four of them now turn and face that car.
Drive.
So
Driving.
Domino, at this point you are in the vehicle, you are driving the vehicle, you are at top of initiative. So Domino is above Remy. What are you going to be doing?
Driving the hell away.
Okay. All right, so you take off. Go ahead and roll me your driving check, and then roll me a luck check. 22. Roll 1d10. 1. You are able to make your way through this crowd, going pretty quickly, driving away, as you can hear this automatic gunfire going off behind you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if anybody is able to get a shot off. 15. Oof. And that's a critical success. All right, so that's fun. You can hear those bullets impacting the back of your car as you are driving away. And I'm going to be rolling for damage. Oh. Backslash. There we go. All right, your car takes a grand total of 13 points of damage as those rounds slam into the back. The automatic gunfire from all four of them, this is the grand total of what they were able to incur on your vehicle. Most of the rounds go wide and hit other folks around the vehicle, though. So although you may not be directly injured, people around you definitely were. but they open up automatic gunfire, and you are able to get your way through.
So what's the SP of the armor chassis?
The armored chassis?
Yeah, I think it's either 11 or 13.
Give me 1 second. Let's see. Armored chassis. Armored chassis SP13.
No damage. My baby's okay.
All right. Nice. So yeah, you've got the armored chassis. You're able to avoid any of that damage. So it plunks into the back of the vehicle. Nothing permanently damages your car though. And you're able to pull through. And what's going on at this point? Jack, T-Bar, Remy, Mags, you are sitting in the car. Calamity is in the back with Mags, as well as the food shipment, which was already picked up by Remy, and the medical shipment, which was already picked up by Mags. All of you are in this car as Domino is driving away, and all of you can hear there is more than just one location of gunfire. What I need our passengers to do, so there's inside the car, excuse me, we have Remy and T-Bar and Jack kind of in that middle row. I need the three of you to roll me a perception check. So Remy's got 14, Jack a 9.
Was I the other person you said?
Yes. And 11. So out of the three of you, only really Remy is able to tell what's going on out there, specifically about where the fire or the gunfire is coming from, but it's literally coming from both sides. It seems to be happening in multiple different directions and multiple different spots, not just directly behind you guys, as Domino continues driving through this crowd. Now, Domino, what I need you to do is I need you to give me another drive check, and this is going to be to try and make your way out of the actual Nomad market itself, and then tell me where your destination is. Where are you driving to?
Oh, I'm going back to the Snake Nation. Our
I want to yell for him to take me back to my chopper.
Okay, so you got
yeah, I guess I would have
Nomad.
gone to our thing first to see if any of the group had gotten back there, and then gone out. And I guess
All right. So you make your way through the crowd. You're able to kind of go through as the crowd is surging and moving. People are starting to clear out a little bit more, though. As I said, there's a couple thousand people there, but it's been over a minute now of people scattering away from that center as the fire is expanding out.
Yeah.
Vampire, you have a question?
Yep. Since it's been over a minute, are the electronics back online?
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. As you are coming down, you can see inside of Domino's car that the electronics are sort of they are coming back online. Cybernetics start rebooting for each of you, and you are making your way out to the parking area that you guys were at. T-Bar, your AV is still there. The APC is still there. And the dune buggy that was Bear's is still there, but there is nobody else there from your clan. What you do notice, though, is that for the APC, the door on the side is open. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are going to take a quick break. I'm going to throw up our break screen. We will be back in a couple of minutes. Bio break for all of you. Grab any snacks or anything else that you may need. We will be back in just a few minutes. I'm going to leave our mics hot.
sounds good. Ooh.
Yeah, I really want to go back and fight something. I don't want to run.
Yeah, no, we'll see what's going on in the AV. We'll see what's going on in the APC. You do your thing with the AV, but I think
My AV has rockets now. I want to shoot a rocket at something tonight.
I understand that. But yeah, you can do that from the air as we're getting away. I'm going to step away for just a moment. So far, that's gone a heck of a lot better than I had any idea that it might.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I'm more invested in my character's conceptualness than I am in my character. So I'm more upset at the loss of Bear than I would have been at the loss of Mags.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of weird because that's exactly how Mags would feel. It's like, no, I'll go die to save somebody. That's not a problem.
Wait, say that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Mags is like, yeah, I'll go die to save somebody. That's.
But again, a Zeppelin crashing, the likelihood that he survived is minimal, and the chance that he did, having to sift through the wreckage and the combat zone to get to him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And who knows? We could have more. I mean, so for some reason, Metacorp is not liking us. That may not have been. The Zeppelin wasn't targeted at us specifically. I don't think. I think that's just an attack on the Nomads in general.
Right. I think all of this is just on the Nomads in general, but we did just shoot a grenade at them.
Yes, and they don't like us. That we already know.
Right. Because we're nomads, or whatever the new nomad version is.
Medicorp doesn't like us specifically because we're Snake Nation.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good point.
And they've been plotting whatever in their own time, in their own way, and haven't been heard from in 15 plus years. So it's
the
like
time to amass something scary.
Yeah. No, I really don't. I think the nukes were Kang Tao. I don't think they were Medicorp.
True.
Now, our APC having its door open could be either one.
Yeah.
Or Medicorp could be working for Kang Tao.
Or this could just be another nomad group salvaging opportunity. Maybe scavers or wraiths saying, we're technically nomads, but we're just the bad kind.
Yeah.
Oh, and I said so far, specifically Capricious. I made sure to so far. I realized that could go completely another way.
Yet.
Yeah.
There's always after the break.
The important thing is we now have the group back together.
Yes.
The party's no longer split.
And cybernetics are back online.
Yes.
We're not nerfed anymore. And I know that Mags's first action is going to be attempting to reach Bear with both agent and the radio comms.
Yeah. Now that those are back, that Domino would be doing the same thing, except he doesn't want to add clutter to the wave, so he'll leave it to you because you're the medic. But yeah.
And our radio comms unit doesn't work to get us all the way back to base, but if you want to call home with an agent, that should get through.
Then
all whoever's left in charge back home, call Mama D.
Yeah, I'll definitely I'll definitely message Mama Snyder for sure.
Yeah.
I am stressed.
Yes. But hey, you were great eyes until mine started working again. We did not run over Mags. You helped me not run over Mags.
Once again, me recklessly putting the party in danger. But I like that. I like that that's a game we played in our past.
Yes. I felt that was very Fight Club. And I mean, it makes sense, if you're out in the Badlands like this, you're working in crews, if something happens like an EMP or somebody, it makes sense that you'd want to be able to rely on somebody next to you saying left, right, left, I don't know.
Alright,
Yep.
Sorry about the wait, guys. I'm back.
Sorry, we're still waiting on Captain Jack.
I'm going to break the cardinal rule of streaming. I'm so hungry right now. Stressing.
Yeah, I don't worry about not eating or drinking on stream. The only reason I had that cracker at that one point was because I thought I had already finished my turn that time. And they're like, "Oh, what are you doing on your turn?" I'm like, "I already did, didn't I?" It's like, that's why I ate a piece of cracker.
And I was I was actually chatting with my girlfriend. She's in our viewership right now. Shout out to my lovely girlfriend. Hold on one second. I have to embarrass her. NKD 225. There we go. So yeah, my girlfriend was out in the audience. She is vicariously living with all of you guys right now, and is also experiencing some extreme stress. And I am as well, but I am loving it. So I'm excited to see where this goes. Just waiting on Mark now, folks. In our audience, sorry about the wait. Give me just one more minute. And Chuggy, did you see the message in the Discord?
No, I didn't. What message?
Vampire costume message.
What?
Wasn't that to Captain Mark?
Oh, it's Captain Mark?
Yeah.
Is that my dyslexia? That's Captain Mark. Okay, sorry. My brain.
That's me.
That is brilliant, though. That is brilliant.
So since we're still
I mean,
waiting, I
I'm-
can see people are tossing in +2s. How's our audience doing? You guys enjoying this?
I'm sitting on 12K channel points. I could sit here popping these in all night.
I got 26,000 channel points. Rob,
Man, I thought I was sitting pretty at 1.2.
I was gonna say, Rob, I watch way too much of Cyberpunk Uncensored. I am not sorry, but 26,000 channel points is where I'm sitting pretty at. Outworld Sounds, it's the same thing. I'm always there. I'm a mod for them. So for those of you who are listening and watching right now, that's the folks that produce our music. So the wonderful music we're listening to right now. I mod for them, and I'm sitting at like 21,000 points there as well. And so I'm always just spamming random stuff. Alright, Mark is back. Excellent. Going to transition us over.
Yeah, sorry about that. My daughter woke up crying, so I had to go be dad for a second.
Oh, everything alright?
Yeah. I think she's got a sore throat. She's just come back off a week's holiday with my grandparents, and she went all swimming in the sea and God knows what. So I'm not surprised, but yeah, she'll be alright.
Gotcha. I'm going to transition us over really quick on our map. Oh, this is the view map. Oh. Okay. Oh, this is actually not the one that I want. It's my mistake. Okay. We'll pull this over.
Nice, T-Bar.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna need an evil laugh from Chuggy.
Oh boy.
Beautiful.
Evil laugh.
Darn. Okay. I do not have the map uploaded on here, and I am at my upload limit. That's fun.
Ooh.
My apologies, folks. Yeah, sorry about that.
You can delete maps or stuff out of the library, but yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Roll20 is great until it's not. So thanks, Roll20.
Yep.
But either which way, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Our crew here was driving out of the Nomad Market and this council meeting. Behind them, just like T-Bar and Mad Mag, as you can see in their backgrounds, it is Flame and Fire. About a minute has passed, and what all of you can see is that, as I mentioned before, the crowd is kind of thinning out the further you get away from the epicenter of the Nomad market. There is a massive explosion and fire that has gone off now. It was so large that Devilish Jack Holmes and T-Bar had to make a reflex check to see if they could still stay balanced from this massive concussive wave of exploding gases. All of you would start driving out, and you have driven out to the site where vehicles are parked at. So T-Bar's AV, you've got the Nomad APC, and you've got Bear's modified Doom buggy that he drives. And as you all drive up there, what you see inside of the sorry, not inside, what you see of the AV is that the side hatch of the AV has been opened up. And so that's where we're going to be picking up.
Of the
What I'm going to
AV?
do of the
Or
A,
ATC?
sorry, of the APC, not the AV. APC.
APC. Okay.
My mistake. So I'm actually going to really quick. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay, we're going to continue this on in Theater of the Mind because my Roll20 is being really stupid right now. I'll have to fix that later. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, what is our crew doing?
So when I came out and got the car to come get the goods, that was closed and locked up. So let's lock and load and see what's going on to make sure Chuggy can get his, or that T-Bar can get his AV, and maybe we can get out.
Jack will immediately draw his revolver and turn to Remy. You got this thing working, right? I'll assume it was you.
One and only.
Do the same for Bear's June buggy. I'm gonna go and unload whoever's rooting around at the bloody APC, and then we need to get moving.
Yep. I'll back you up.
All right.
Moving where? Back in. There could be people. Bear could still be in there.
If anyone's still in there, I don't have high hopes for their vitality.
The people that did this is still in there.
Is my agent getting a signal?
No.
No signal on the agent. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Your agents have
worry about
started
them.
back up, but there's no incoming signal.
Okay. And no way to transmit at the moment. Okay.
Mags, you wanna? I think you're muted, Vampire.
Mags checks the radio comm unit that she's got to see if she can raise Bear or anyone close.
What is the radio comms distance?
I believe it's that's the one that's limited to a mile. Let me double check.
Now, is this the communications center in his vehicle?
I don't have that.
No, it's a portable one.
Oh, portable. Yeah, those are 1 mile. Yeah, so you take it out and you try running on the frequency, on the radio frequency. All you're hearing right now is just this very loud static. The entire time.
I see her trying that, and I hand her mine, which has a range of 10. Try that one.
All right.
So yours is yours is 10 miles. Yeah, you hear when you pull it up on that specific frequency that you guys have used to communicate with each other, it's still just static.
And can I, if I bust out my tech scanners, can I try and discern if that's due to the EMP blast still rendering them inert, or if it's just a lack of incoming signal?
Do any of you have knowledge science? Physics.
My science is botany, but yes, I have science.
Okay, if you have science, go ahead and roll your knowledge.
Well, but my science specialty is botany.
Oh,
so
yeah, then that wouldn't really be applicable. That's why I was
I've
just
got
asking.
education.
Okay, you could, yeah, for those of you who have high education, if you want to roll education. Okay, so Mags, 15, Remy, 17. Okay, so yeah, for both of you, you can tell that on the actual radio scanner, some of that static has been caused by this blast. So there's residual radiation that causes interruptions in airwaves. But at the same time, if you start messing around with the buttons on there to check other radio frequencies, you can pick up other shortwave radios in the area, just not on your frequency. Would you want to do that? Would you want to scan around?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my ear to the ground and see what's going on out there.
Yeah, so as you guys are driving up to the APC, the AV, and the dune buggy, this is what you're doing as you're messing around with that radio. And on the radio, you can hear some people are screaming and barking orders. Some people are trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Most people are just terrified. It sounds like screaming and shouting mostly through that radio. And eventually you get to a radio frequency that's just silent. There is no static. And on that radio frequency, you hear this silence, and you hear what sounds kind of like a scrambled noises coming through very quietly.
Okay. Yeah. I will hook up the scrambler descrambler to it to see if that can decode it.
All right, go ahead and roll me a tech check.
That's basic, isn't it?
Yes, that would be basic tech check. All right, 14. You're able to get the scrambler descrambler hooked up to it, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything to the sounds coming through. Remy, you would know this offhand because you are a tech. Scramblers and descramblers, what they do is they scramble outgoing signals, and if you have the key, it will descramble incoming signals on that same radio wave. So Mad Mags, it would be the assumption that you don't have that key.
Yeah, it's not paired. I was just hoping.
Yeah. So it's hooked up, but you still just hear the weird noises scramble through.
Mark the player thinks he knows what this is. I don't know if Jack would know. Can I roll education with a leaning towards has Jack read his history books to know what this is?
Go ahead. All right, 13. What do you think your guess is?
Like a numbers station, like the buzzer. UVB 726. I can't remember. The Russians used them in the Cold War. So it would be yeah.
A lot of things used a number station,
Yeah.
but they were. It wasn't a scrambled noise. It was intelligible. It was just in an unknown language. Generally, it was like some of them were in Russian, some of them were in Spanish, some of them were in French.
Most of the time, it was just like a faint buzzer that kind of went zzz, zzz. And then every now and again, it would. This is all real, by the way. Go Google this stuff because it's fascinating. I've looked for hours on this. Because one of them's still working and people monitor it all the time.
Several of them.
Every now and again, the buzzing stops and it comes up with like a. Sometimes it's a man, sometimes it's a woman. It's almost always in Russian on this particular station. Like the most famous one is called the buzzer, and they just read out like a string of numbers and then like the name of a town. And the Russian government have denied it since the Cold War that it exists, but it's like an open secret. Like it's probably how they communicate with agents in the field and stuff like that.
Number stations are really cool. I have an entire collection of number stations audio, and I even ran a Scion game based on a number station. So
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the guess would be incorrect. Your assumption is these number stations, as Max has pointed out, though, is that the number stations are intelligible. You can understand what's coming through them. This is clearly scrambled.
Could Remy try and take a look at the scrambler descrambler and see if he has any better luck with it?
Yes. So for your check, what I'm going to need you to do is do a cryptography. If anybody has any skills in cryptography.
A lot of my characters take it. She did not.
Whoa, 16 plus 9, that's a 25. My goodness. Remy, you are able to mess around with the encoding on this scrambler descrambler, and you are able to get in what seems to be the correct digits on it. And after a couple of seconds, you can hear intelligibly what's going through. And everybody in the car, you can hear this coming out of Devilish Jack Holmes's radio as they're driving up, and you can hear one frequency saying, "Area clear, area clear." Still have multiple bogeys. Payload 5 is dropped off, and you can hear these exchanges from these different people, all different voices, because Devilish Jack Holmes's radius is 10 miles, much larger than the original one. But you can hear all this different radio chatter that seems to be in like military language.
That sounds like a kill team. More than one.
Can I drop a deduction to try and put some order and semblance to it?
Yes, this is going to be our last roll as you guys pull up, because as I said, we've only got a couple of rounds between getting there and to there, so go ahead and roll deduction.
And I do have 1 point in tactics as well, if that might count for a synergy bonus.
Mad Max 19. First of all, hello Adino. Welcome back in, man. We also have some pluses here in chat. Vampire, I'm not going to use your own plus for yourself, but I will use the other Sandman's plus to help you, which I believe is Remy. So Remy is helping. So yeah, Mad Max, you beat the DV. The DV was actually a 20, so that's why I brought that in for you. You're able to figure out over the course of maybe about 20 seconds of this chatter, what's happening is that there are ground teams that are communicating with air teams as well. There is a central coordinating hub somewhere within this 10-mile radius, and they are dispatching different groups, both aerial and ground, to different locations, trying to hit targets. Oh, it looks like my girlfriend also dropped in +2, so that'll go for our next person. What are you gonna say?
While Jack is investigating the APC, I'll relay the information to everybody and just keep my ear tuned to that station. So.
Yeah, so you all arrive at the APC now. You're finally there. We went through the 6 rounds of the passing time. And you guys pull up. Now, it's been over a minute, but Calamity still seems to be out of it. She seems to be powered back up, but she seems to simultaneously also be comatose. She's not responding to anything going on, the car stopping or accelerating or turning. She's just not moving. That APC has a door open. The AV is chilling there, untouched, and the Dune Buggy is chilling there, untouched. What is our team doing?
T-Bar, get your AV. Jack, I'm going to cover you going into to scout the APC. Mags, see what you can do with Calamity, if anything, and Remy, maybe sit as a go-between to help cover either T-Bar or us if needed.
I'll do what I gotta do, but I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh yeah, it's not feeling yeah, but yeah, let's go. And
Yep,
I
that's
will let Jack take the lead towards the APC, and I'll follow behind, covering the 6.
Okay. Now we are in a situation here where we are in a new encounter, so I'm going to need everybody to please re-roll our initiative.
Does Whiplash come off of initiative as well?
Yep, -1.
So 5.
All right, so we've got highest there's Remy again. Remy, you're just knocking these out of the park. Holy crap.
I feel like I should be the last person leading the initiative rolls.
All right, so first up is going to be Remy. So you are the first person to jump into action in this situation. What are you doing?
Remy will hop out of the vehicle, and the first thing he's going to do is reload his grenade launcher.
Okay.
He's going to just aim to try and sort of keep it trained on the APC in case things go south there.
Okay. So that's a move and an action. So our next up is going to be T-Bar. T-Bar, what are you doing?
All right, I'm gonna head towards the AV.
Okay, so one move to get out of the vehicle, the other move to get over to your AV, so you're able to get up to it, and you can see when you arrive to your AV, the doors on it are still locked, so it's still closed. Nobody is inside. Jack, what are you doing?
I was in the back of that APC, right? So I would know how. What's the space there in the back? Like that? Not very. I'd imagine not.
So the back of the APC is so there's we're looking at a much older version of these APCs. This is before they had those really fancy drop off doors in the back. There's one
Yeah.
side door for the APC. There is space to walk around, kind of ducked inside. There's seating for I believe 8, and then there's the controls up in the front with the weapons controls in the front.
So I'm going to move into the APC, and if I see anyone that's either not wearing Snake Nation colours or I just plain don't recognise them, I'm going to punch them in the face.
Okay, so one move to get out of the vehicle, second move you walk up to the vehicle, and you are there at the door. Go ahead and give me a perception check. And this is going to have the +2 from Vampire Bites this time.
I did.
Outcome
I've
8 minus
not been
8
rolling.
+2. So you kind of try to look inside the vehicle, you kind of peer your head in, but due to seeing that blast earlier, your vision is taking a very, very long time to correct itself. You can't really see inside. It looks pitch black to you. Next up, so we've got you outside of the vehicle. You've not gone in yet. Next up is Domino.
I get out of my car as my action, and then I move up behind Jack to cover.
Okay. So we've got Jack and Domino at the APC. Remy, you're aimed at the APC, but you're standing at Domino's car. Or where have you gone to?
No, I'm standing at the vehicle. Yeah.
Okay. And Mad Mags, what are you doing?
Passively monitor the radio, and since I've got the internal agent, just waiting for a signal to show up, and I'm going to actively check out Calamity to see if there's anything that I can do.
Okay,
Injuries, I'll give her a hypo, depending on what I see.
Give me. You can either do, if you want, you can do first aid, you can do paramedic, or you can do med tech. Any of those 3 checks.
Paramedic and first aid are the same rank, and paramedic is better, so we'll hit that.
So her body is functioning. She's breathing. Her body itself is alive. Her cybernetics have powered back on. But when you check out her pupil dilation, there does not seem to be any dilation at all, which means that there is a reduction in brain activity or possible head trauma.
Since Remy's right there, could he do a concentration to see if he's sort of seen her like this before? Since they go back a bit.
Well, you can simply just remember back, and you have not seen her like this before in the past. Never seen her go comatose, as it were. And we're actually at the top of the order. So Remy, what are you going to actively do? It's your next turn. You still hear the people running past. You've got the APC, the AV, the Dune Buggy, and you've got Domino's car there.
1 second. So Remy will I think he's just going to hold his action to if anything nefarious seems to start happening in the APC, he'll open fire.
Okay.
Into the is he able to aim like into the doorway?
Yeah. So what would happen is that if anything does occur, I would have you roll then to hit.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, you're gonna hold your action. You said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our next up, I believe. There we go. T-Bar. T-Bar, you're at your AV there. You can use your action to open it up. You can use your move to get inside. Is that what you want to do? What would you like to do?
No. What I wanted to do, I have the prototype AI for the AV. I was wondering if I could use my radio communicator to tell it to start. I don't know if that's something the AI could do. It says it could drive the vehicle, so I assume it could start it.
So you try to communicate with the AI, and there is no response coming back from it.
All right.
Go ahead and give me a basic tech check. So you would know at this roll. You got to get juice back into that battery before anything can really run. You've got to get the vehicle started back up.
All right. In that case, yeah, I guess I'll open it and start it.
Okay. So you open it up, you climb in, you hit the ignition, and the vehicle does not start. And that's where we're going to be switching over. We've got Jack. Jack, you're standing there trying to peer in. It is black. If you want, you can roll me a perception check right now to see what you can hear.
Yeah, give it a go. I mean, I'm just running in there anyway. Let's face it. But
okay. 12. You hear some movement inside, and you said you were gonna run
from
in.
which side?
Inside.
Yeah, from which side of the door?
Oh, from the right side towards the front of the vehicle.
Yeah, because I don't want to run the wrong way and get punched in the back of the head. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to run in there, and like I said, if they're not wearing Snake Nation colours or I don't recognise them, I'm going to roll a brawl check to punch him in the face.
All right. Yeah, you get inside the vehicle, and I'll use your perception check there. You do not recognize the two people that are inside of the vehicle right now. There is one at the driver's seat that seems to be trying to mess with the console, similar to what Remy had been doing earlier to get the vehicle started up, and another person is sitting in the passenger seat also trying to do the same. You don't
Are they
recognize
armed?
either of them, and they do not see you.
All right. Are they armed?
You can't tell with that roll.
It'll become fucking apparent in a minute. All right. The guy that's not driving, I'm gonna turn back around to Domino and gesture towards the driver's seat as if to say, "You get him," and then I'm gonna go towards the one that's in the back,
The passenger
and
seat.
just.
There's
Okay.
one in the
Yeah.
driver, one
Yeah.
in the passenger.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I'll gesture that one. I'll go in, one in the passenger seat, butt my gun, and just over the back of the head.
All right, go ahead and roll me brawling check.
Surprise, surprise.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect time to be breaking out the perchance generator. If any of you want to follow that link from earlier that I posted up, there are Cyberpunk red enemy generator as well as group generators. And with a single click, you can make as many enemies as you need. Okay, so let's see. What'd you roll? You got a 21. Let's see. They are unable to dodge, so you whack this guy, this passenger, in the back of the head. Go ahead and roll me damage. Do you have cybernetic arm?
Do I have?
Do you have cybernetic arm?
No, I've got a body of 8 though.
Okay, so that'll
That'd
be
be
for a body of 8.
3D, 3d6, I think.
2 or 3.
Yeah, it goes up to 3 at 7.
Yeah. I literally do as much damage with my fist as I do with a bullet. Right, hang on a second. Let me find me roller. Dice rollers. Give me 3d6.
All right, so you get an 11. Is that a critical?
No, it was 1/6.
1/6. Okay.
Yeah, it was 1/6.
Yeah, so you come up and whack, you just hit this guy, crack him in the back of the head, 11 damage. And he is not wearing a helmet, so that 11 goes straight to his head. You whack it hard. You have, for melee, you have rate of fire 2. Do you want to hit again?
2. Yes, is he carrying? Now that I'm close up, is he armed?
He is armed.
Fine with me. Second one is going to be a martial arts strike.
Oh yeah, you've got martial arts.
Fuck yeah.
Holy hell. All right, roll your damage.
Zing.
Fuck.
I made him a secret ninja. All right.
8.
Oh, that's not as good. But
No.
per the Aikido rules, I can now roll martial arts again. And if I beat a 15, I could disarm him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
So whatever weapon he's carrying, I'm now carrying it instead.
Gotcha.
Basically. So yeah, it'll just be martial arts again. Oh no, I clicked the wrong button. Okay, let's try it again. Hey!
All right. So you whack him in the back of the head. You karate chop him right in the back. Or sorry,
Judo.
Aikido chop, whatever it is. And as you hit him, you're able to grab his very heavy pistol that he had on his side, and you've got it in your hand.
Yeah. So I like Solid Snake, like CQC him, and it's stuff that Bear taught me back in the day when we were on the road. Like, if anyone tries to grab you on stage, just and chuck them off stage. You know, take the weapon away from them before they can like do any damage. So yeah. And then with his own gun, I'm like now pointing it at him.
All right. Yeah. So you've got that gun pointed at him. Domino, it's your roll.
I move in because he told me to go after the driver. I move in and I put my gun against the back of the driver's head. And can I make a cool check to be like, at this point, you two want to surrender?
Yeah, so that's going to be is that going to be conversation or interrogation or persuasion? I always screw this up.
Might that be a face-off?
Maybe. Hold on,
Probably
let's see.
persuasion.
Literally
I was-
doing a search in the document for intimidate talks about gangs and the Hall of
Face down?
Justice. So yeah, give me a face down.
All right. All right. Which is just a cool roll. Hey.
Second. Face down. Page 194. Cool reputation plus 1d10. So, first of all, does this guy even recognize you because you're wearing your jacket? He recognizes the jacket, so you have a +1 to your cool roll, so you've got a 9. And let's see, is he intimidated? Okay, so that's gonna be 1. Okay.
He recognizes the jacket. Tunnel snakes rule.
He looks up to you, and as he turns around to look at you, you can see that his face is partially borged out, and he's like, huh, huh, "Fucking Snake Nation, right?" And that's where we move on to our next person, Mags. We've got Domino with a gun to one guy's head. We've got Jack with a gun to the other guy. Mags, what are you doing?
With that paramedic role that I got last round, do I think there's anything I can do for Calamity? Do I think it would be best to put her in a cryo bag, leave her as is?
Yeah, so putting her in a cryo bag might keep her stable because she is in comatose state. You can do that. You can try it like lifting her head above different areas, whatever it is. But yeah, she is catatonic. That's the word. She's catatonic. She's not responding.
Yeah. I will continue tending to Calamity as best the medic understands how.
All right.
And continue to passively scan for an agent signal and the news coming in over the radio.
Yeah, so the signal from the agent still does not come through. But what does come through on the radio scanner, again, you're still hearing this chatter coming through, and you can hear people talking about confirmed delivery of different numbers that you've heard people talk about, and it's been in a range of everything from like 1 to like 30. But yeah, you keep hearing people chiming in on this as other people are talking about moving to different locations, eliminating targets, etc.
Do I have a concept of how many leaders, people might have been on the Zeppelin? Specifically leaders, but overall count of people?
So for the council, what happens is that representatives come in from every single nation. Snake Nation only has 2 representatives. The other nations all have between 5 to 10 each. So there could have been roughly about anywhere between like 20 to maybe 40 people on the Zeppelin.
So the number of people does not. So the numbers that I'm hearing are roughly in the same range as the number of council leaders that may have been on the Zeppelin. Is that true?
Yeah, you had your deduction earlier. These are coming from the air teams. These aren't coming from the ground teams.
Okay.
That's where our camp's getting nuked.
Okay.
So you're taking care of Calamity. Are you going to try and toss her in a cryo bag? Or just keep caring for her?
If I notice her condition get worse, I'll put her in the cryo bag, but I'll save the cryo bag for the emergency.
Okay. All right. We are now at the bottom. Is there anything else that you wanted to do?
I'll relay vaguely the information that's coming over the radio. You know, sounds like whatever they're doing, they're wrapping it up.
Okay. Remy, you're the only person close enough by to hear. Because the agents still aren't putting out or receiving any signals. So, unless people have radio comms, do people have radio comms?
I have a radio comm.
Okay. So
I don't even have an agent.
All right. So we're at the bottom of the round. This is where our NPCs come in. So the first one is actually the driver, the guy who was in the driver's seat. And he said Snake Nation and laughed right into Domino's face. You can see him literally pull out from his side a heavy SMG, and he opens up with auto fire directly at Domino. We're at super close range, so give me 1 second. I need to double check those DB tables. Oh my goodness.
Is any of that visible to Remy's held action?
So yeah, Remy's held action was if he saw anything. Remy, if you want to declare that you fire, you can say that you fire.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So let's see. We've got auto fire, SMG. All right. So needs to. Oh my God, auto fire DV of 20. Okay, that should be interesting. He opens up fire and he completely misses every single round. Domino, you do not get hit by any of the auto fire, but this guy swings it out and fires wildly at you pretty much. Not quite suppressive fire, but he tries hitting you and definitely misses. The second guy, on the other hand, the second lady, on the other hand, the one that had been whacked in the back of the head by by Jack, she just says, "Oh, fuck! Oh, god damn it! Oh, fuck this! Fuck this! No!" And you can hear a click as she immediately tries running out of the seat, and so she's going to try and grapple past you. So go ahead and give me a let's see, not ranged combat. We're going to be doing a grapple check on here. Goodness gracious, I'm always screwing this one up because it almost never happens. There we go, melee combat. Alright, what I need you to do is give me your dex plus evasion. So give me an evasion check. She's going to try and grapple and push you to the side. So 17.
Cool. So she is unable to push you down, but she shoves past you. She kind of grabs you and like pushes you to the side, tries to throw you to the ground, but you're unable to get dropped down to the ground. She tries running past you, and she runs out of the vehicle. And T-Bar, you see this this woman. She's dressed completely in like black Nomad leathers. You can see that her head is bleeding, and she is starting to climb out of the APC door. You've readied an action. Do you fire? Remy?
Oh, sorry, you said T-Bar.
Oh, sorry, because the portrait keeps getting messed up. My bad.
Gotcha. Oh God, with the grenade. If I can, no.
No. Okay. Well,
I feel like he hatched this plan before he fully grasped the concept of the fact that his mates would be, you know, running directly in.
I have a
Uh,
question.
Domino,
Um,
you had a question?
yes, even though the grenade launcher is readied, and that takes up one of your arms, right? Would
it
you
does.
be able to use, because if I remember, drawing doesn't count as part of the action. Would your other hand be able to draw a gun and shoot, or would that be too much and not doable?
So what actually happens with readying an action is that when you ready an action, it has to be a specific set of
Okay,
circumstances to follow through with it.
okay.
But it is now the top of the round. So Remy, what are you doing?
1 second, I just gotta look at the pop grenade launcher. All right, so drawing a weapon isn't an action, correct?
Nope, you're good.
All right, so as this person runs out, the grenade launcher retracts, which does not require an action, and he pulls out his shotgun and takes a shot.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Yeah, so when it comes to like combat actions and stuff, the dropping or equipping a shield is the one that takes a full action. I was trying to double check on that. As for equipping a weapon, you're good. I believe it was the jumpstart kit that had that as an action, and that still messes me up a little bit. So yeah, you're
Properly stowing a weapon normally takes an action, but the pop
Not with
up
the right.
yeah, not pop up yet. So yeah, your pop-up grenade launcher pops back into your arm. You grab your shotgun. You open fire. You are. Let's double check on our distance here. Again, sorry, this is mostly theater of the mind, which I know is a little difficult with Cyberpunk. You are about 8 or 9 yards away, so meters. So that's going to be a DB-15. You got it. You open fire, and is this a shell like buckshot, or is this a
No, just a
actual?
slug.
Holy
Yeah,
hell!
just
All
a
right,
slug.
go ahead and roll your damage. Okay, so you open fire, and your slug goes straight into this lady's chest, and you see her just like an action movie, somebody getting shot with one of those huge ass handguns or something, and she just flies back into the freaking APC, and you no longer see any movement. So that is your action. Do you want to move?
No, he's gonna stay in position near the vehicle.
All right. T-bar, you're inside of your vehicle. It doesn't seem to be starting up normally. You hear automatic gunfire from an SMG coming from the APC next to you. You hear Remy's shotgun go off. What are you doing? You gonna still try to get your car up? Oh, you're muted.
No, for the moment, I'm gonna, I guess, just jump out of there. I'm gonna draw my heavy pistol
Okay.
and look for someone to shoot that doesn't look like somebody on my team.
Yeah, you get out of your vehicle. You're right next to the APC, and stepping in, you can see that woman is on the ground with a sizable hole through her chest. She is not moving, but you can see up in the front. There's Domino there with a gun still pointed at the dude in the driver's seat. If you want to open up fire, that'll be you said with a pistol. That's going to be a DB-15. Is T-Bar finally
Okay.
gonna get his shot off?
I guess he is. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot.
All right. And is this heavy or very heavy?
Very heavy, but
Okay.
apparently my gun doesn't work. That's why I haven't shot it.
Weapon Big Mama. Yeah, so Big Mama goes off wild, and the round itself goes like through the seat that the driver's sitting in. Doesn't hit him, but you fire off into there, and everybody in the APC now knows T-Bar is there with Big Mama.
Can I try to play it off like I did it on purpose? Like I won't miss with the next one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Drop your weapon to the guy that to the guy that is he's got at gunpoint.
Yeah, if you want, you can try rolling me a face down. So be a cool check. How cool is T-Bar?
Does he see the cool flames that I painted on the AV and it gives me a bonus?
No.
It made him a lot cooler in this guy's
Would
eyes.
probably
When
be
you're
a
driving,
negative.
sure. He is
I don't know
he's
my brand.
completely unaffected by by your intimidation. But there's definitely a hole now right next to Domino, so that could have gone right into him, but it missed. Everything. You used probably about half your move. Is there anything else you wanted to do? You can move further in. You can stay where you're at. You can go back out to your AV. What do you want?
Yeah, I guess I want to use the rest of my movement to get closer to them.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk all the way up those stairs in the APC and you come on up. You are now right behind Domino. Jack, you are next. Give me a perception check real quick.
Yeah.
That click that you heard before she said "fuck this shit" and got up is an explosive that is now sitting on the seat that she was previously sitting on. So you see that chilling
Fuck.
out there.
Is there presumably a window in the front of this APC? Is there one that's open?
No, they are bulletproof glass windows.
Gotta just make some calculations. Can I see the explosive at all?
Yeah, it is a grenade sitting in the seat.
Fuck,
Or not so much. It looks like an improvised grenade, something that's been rigged up.
I want to try and pick it up and throw it outside, but not towards any one of my crew, at least.
Okay. Yeah, so you grab it. You're gonna like run towards the door and throw it out.
Yeah, like quick look outside so I get an idea of where all my group is, and then throw it like away from them, but preferably not into like a crowd of people. You know,
Okay.
somewhere where it's going to do the least amount of damage.
1 second. Learn how to throw grenades, page 177.
And we do still have 3 plus 2s
Yes.
in chat. 4. Thank you,
My
Rob.
goodness, they're still coming in. Goodness. Oh, and Savage, you re-upped. Thank you very much. Love it. So if you want to throw an object or a grenade, do so by using your Dex plus Athletics plus 1d10 to a maximum of 25 yards, 25 meters. So roll me Dex, Athletics, 1d10. 16. All right. And how far are you trying to throw it?
As far away from us as possible. But I'd like, if putting it nearer to where we are, like I don't necessarily want to yeet it as far as I possibly can, because I might, if that means it lands in a bunch of people, you know. I'm trying to place it in what would be in my very quick estimation, in the very brief time I have to do this, the safest possible place where it's not going to hit us and it's not going to hit other people that are probably running around.
For accuracy.
Yeah, is there a bunch of like, because you said we're like a little further out where all our vehicles are, so well, are we the only ones like in this area? Is
No,
that
there are
something you
still
want to
people
notice when
running
we put it
by.
up?
That's why I'm trying to check where
Yeah.
you're throwing it out to.
Yeah.
There were people coming in after we arrived. So while we were off to the side to begin with, people started filling up around us as well. And now everybody's
Alright.
having a mass exodus.
So how
Yeah.
far are you
So, I
throwing it
mean,
away? Give me a number under 25 meters.
Fuck it. Let's say 20 meters away from where, in the opposite direction of where the group is in general.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a luck check. What's your luck at? It's 2.
2.
Right? Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Because Jack's not a lucky guy, basically.
He is
All
today.
right. Roll me what is it? 4d6, 5d6. So damage on grenades.
I think it's 66.
66.
Yes, 66.
Wunderbar.
6,
Go ahead and
yeah.
roll me 66 damage, please.
Wonderful.
Ooh, crit.
3 6s.
Devilish Jack Holmes, 3 6s. Go ahead and roll me 2d6 to check what crit you are causing.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Let me pull up my personal garbage GM screen. Hold on a second. I've got
The
all
first
my
time I
stuff.
get a critical injury, and it's no, thank you.
Where is it?
Give those innocent civilians a critical injury.
Woo!
Hey, fucking, this is
Collapsed
self-preservation.
lung.
I might have been able to get out of the APC in time, but I don't know if Domino would, which is why I was trying it, because he just took his turn.
No, I haven't.
It was T-Bar who just took his turn.
T-bar. Yep.
Oh, well, okay. I know someone had just taken their turn. Sorry.
For
yeah.
collapsed lungs. Yeah, so you run out to the door. You're yeeting it. You're not too lucky with your toss, and it falls amongst a group of 7 minus 2, 5 people, and goes off at their feet. You
5
cause
organs.
28 damage and collapsed lungs. You kill those people. You watch them with a small little crater underneath where they were at. Luckily, it was not a shrapnel grenade; it was just a high explosive grenade. But they are no longer there. Our next up is going to be Domino.
I'm shooting this son of a bitch in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Now you see Jack run past. You hear an explosion outside. You're focused on that guy. Go ahead and roll me to hit. All right, you got a 17. All right, that is a hit. Roll me your damage. 11. So yeah, you fire this off right at that guy's chest, and you see him just look up, and he's like, "What the fuck you think you're gonna do, bitch?" And he seems completely unaffected by this very heavy pistol round right to his chest. Our next up is Mags. Mags, you're in the back of Domino's car. You see Jack run up to the door, and then boom, and you see a splattering of light red on the windows. What are you doing?
You're muted.
Yeah, you're totally muted. We can see that disapproving sigh, though.
Continue to monitor the radio and Calamity.
Shaking your head.
Off of the course by now.
You hear those numbers starting to increase about packages being delivered. You hear people chiming in like that they've now delivered. The highest number you've heard so far was 45.
I'll relay that out to. I will relay that out to Remy as well. Like, I don't know what the cap is, but they've got to be wrapping up whatever they're doing soon.
We're at the bottom of the order. It is now the driver and the passenger. That passenger fails their death save, and she is very much so dead. She is completely bled out the floor of the APC, and the driver, they are going to actually do the same. He is going to, after getting shot in the chest and kind of laughing it off, he's just kind of stare up at you, and you see him pull a grenade out and pull the pin, and he is going to drop it where he is at. What's your reflex?
8.
8. Okay. At the top of the next round, you're going to have a chance to try and dodge it. So yeah, you see him drop that, and he is going to shove his way past you. He's not going to try and drop you to the ground, but he's
Can I
going
try
to
blocking
kind
him
of.
and not letting him past?
All right. Well, your action's already been used.
Okay.
So he just shoves past you, and same thing, he runs for that door. T-Bar, your action's also been used, so he pushes past both of you and starts bolting for that door. He's kind of given up his little spot there. It is the top of our round. Remy, you see this next guy run up to that door, crazed fucking look in his face, and he's trying to get out of the APC. What are you doing?
So I started blasting.
So I'd start blasting. All right, go ahead and roll me 2 hit. DV is 15. You got a hit. Roll your damage. All right. Your slug slams into this guy's chest. And he's oh fuck! You hear him coughing. A little bit of blood comes out, but he is still standing. You still have your move action. What are you gonna do?
Seeing the impact the first shot had, and seeing that this slug did not quite Django this guy back into the APC, he's probably going to position himself behind the vehicle.
Okay. So
just
like
to put something between him and I. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. So you duck behind the car. You're behind some cover. Our next up is T-Bar. T-Bar, you saw him pull out a grenade, drop that on the ground, and bolt towards the entrance. What are you doing?
I want to like kind of push past Domino, and I want to kind of get low and try to like tackle him. Use like a brawling to grapple him.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll brawling.
And I want to use my last 3 luck.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be Dex
Domino
brawling
or
1d10.
No, I'm not gonna grapple Domino. I'm trying to grapple the guy that's running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that anybody asked his name, but his name's Beverly.
Okay.
Gosh. 17. All right, now let's roll an opposed brawling check. Let's see.
And then with the 3 luck, that would be 18.
Yeah, you were able to grapple him up. You've got your arms on him. Did you say you wanted to tackle him? T-Bar?
Actually, I was thinking more like grab him and then like jump into the AV and kind of use him to like put him on top of the grenade and me like tackle him if I can like on top back onto the grenade, like hopefully hoping that his body will be like a cushion of some of the blast so that it doesn't blow up all the people in the area.
Is he brave?
Very brave. All right, T-Bar being selfless. All right, yeah, you shove him back into the AV. Remy, you see him run up, grab the guy, just force him back into the AV, and they disappear back into the darkness of the vehicle. Jack, You see the guy drop the grenade, try running out. You see the guy get to the door, get shot in the chest. T-Bar grabs him, pulls him back in, kind of whips him over at the grenade. What are you doing?
I pull T-Bar away, simultaneously calling him a fucking idiot, and get out of the APC with him.
Well, he is in a grapple check, so you're going to have to try and grapple him. So go ahead and roll me a brawling plus dex check. And T-Bar, you're going to have to roll one as well to keep your arms on this guy. All right, Jack 14, T-Bar 16. Jack, you are unable to get him off of the other guy. You still have your move, though.
The light PvP.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell like, "Come on, get back!"
An idiot pilot. And yeah, I'm going to do what he says then if he's not coming with.
All
I
right.
should bolt out.
All right.
So I get outside of the APC, yeah, away from the blast zone as far as I can.
All right, sounds good. You run out of the vehicle. Remy, you see him coming out. Domino, you see this going down as well. What are you doing?
I'm going to try to do the same thing.
All right, do a.
I just gotta
You have
be. I just gotta roll a 1.
a negative
I-
1.
Yep.
Jeez.
T-Bar versus an 18.
Good luck to you. And
I will, but when
I'm gonna-
Domino is like pulling on me, I'm gonna turn around and be like, "Do you even lift?" And just hold on to the guy.
and I'm out.
All right, Domino runs after Jack to get out of the vehicle. Mags, what you doing? You hear people running out of that vehicle.
Same.
Okay, you're continue monitoring the airwaves. You hear both the aerial and the ground strike teams. They're listing off numbers, locations, whether areas are secure or not. It's
Do the
more of
locations
same.
mean anything to me at all?
No,
Is there something you can call?
they're definitely code names for something. They're not exactly sure.
Alright.
Yeah,
Yep.
so Mags is focusing on that, and our round is at its end, so it's at the bottom now. 66 damage. Let's see what this grenade does. So you guys were being so selfless trying to tear him off. I thought Jack was gonna try and eat that grenade too, but I guess not.
We're sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If T-Bar had not have done that, I was going to try to grab the grenade and just drop it outside right by the guy.
All right, 66. Okay, there's 18 damage. So you're on top of this guy, and you feel this underneath you. And T-Bar, you take 18 points of damage. The explosion is still erupts around you guys in the front of this vehicle, and you're inside of an enclosed space. So yeah,
My armor would take 11 of that.
yes. So it's ablated down to 10, and you would take 7 points of damage. And it is.
So human shields are a thing on page 184.
Yeah.
Another thing I've never had anybody do. My goodness, human shield. Okay. You can still attack your own human shield. Equip them as a human shield if you're not already wielding a shield. Because they're squirming, human shields cannot be used to block melee attacks or ranged attacks specifically targeting the head. Human shield who dies while you have them, so it did die. So does it stop all incoming damage?
That's what a shield does.
Hey.
Well, if I think after they die, it takes up their body amount of hit points, and then
Yeah.
anything after that would go through.
but it's a shield, not.
Oh
not
yeah, so it says in here, while you wield a human shield, you are considered in cover. Human shields are more unwieldy than typical shields. So the human shield's SDP would be equivalent to their HP. So yeah, T-Bar, you don't take any damage. Thank you for the awesome call on that, Vampire. I've
Nice.
never ran human shields before. But yeah, you don't take any damage. This guy takes a little bit underneath you. He still seems to be conscious, though. He still seems to be squirming underneath you. And he tries, after this grenade explodes under him, he tries getting out from underneath you. So go ahead and roll me a brawling check. He's going to try and get you off of him. All right. So he got a 19. So he is able to like jam and hit you and get you rolled off of him, and he starts trying to get himself back up to get out of this vehicle.
Is that +2 that just came in? Is that old or from Shinobi?
Oh, I have not. I'm so sorry, Twitch. I have been ignoring the chat. I see all of the explosions. Throwing is grenade launcher table athletic. Okay. So yeah, sorry, folks. Yeah, you've got a +2, so you are able to make that check. You keep him under you. Thank you very much. Oh my God, we're at 7 or 8. Hold on one second. Let me update our rolls right here. So we used those. We are at 8 right now. My goodness. Okay, so yeah, T-Bar, you're able to make that check. All right. So yeah, he tries struggling to get out underneath you. He's unable to do so. His move is reduced because you threw him to the ground. He is unable to get up. Yeah, top of our round, Remy. You see Devilish Jack Holmes. You see Domino literally jump out of the APC. You hear a concussive boom from the inside, but you continue hearing struggling. What are you doing?
Shit, I heard Nomad markets were crazy, but this is a whole new level, baby. And he's just going to keep a shotgun trained on the door of the APC. If that guy comes out again on his own, he's going to take another shot.
Okay. All right.
And he'll also say, "Try and get that one alive."
Try and get that one alive. All right. T-Bar, you're up next. What you gonna do?
So while I have him grappled, I'm gonna switch to the choke there. I'm like gonna get real close to him and whisper in his ear, like, "Go to sleep," and put him like a rear naked choke and start trying to get him to pass out.
Yes, it's gonna be, if it's successful for 3 rounds, they pass out, I believe.
Right, and I think
Yeah,
in between
right.
it does like your body and damage each
Yeah.
round too, I think.
Yeah, directly to their HP, if I recall.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so 3 successful rounds, they go unconscious, regardless of their hit point total. All right. Go ahead and roll a brawling check, please.
Good luck, good luck.
+2. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna bother rolling. I'm not gonna beat that. Yeah. So first round, you've got him chokehold. He's choking in your arms. Anybody else want to do anything, or should we just roll through his 3 rolls, or is anybody gonna get involved?
I'm going to go check out Bear's Dune Buggy.
Okay. So you'll head over to the Doom Buggy. T-Bar, go ahead and roll me another brawling check.
And I'll say, as this is going on, Jack would have moved back into the APC to check on fucking, because he doesn't know if anyone's still alive in there. So he's gone in there, he's gone out, and but he sees T-Bar's got it under control, and yeah, we'll do the choke bars.
All right. So we got a 21. So go ahead and roll. Brawling. 17. was a critical failure. You 2 rounds down. Go ahead and roll your third.
How much health does this guy have?
Yeah, I have 7 bodies, so it should be 7 each round. So just by the way.
Yeah.
Nice, another 17.
Remy, if you recall, Domino saw this guy's face. He was partially borged out.
Mm.
He is able to break your choke. He's able to get out of your grasp. And
does it break the grapple too, or just the choke?
Yeah, so it would break the grapple, to my knowledge. Do we have any knowledge here, guys? If you break
It breaks
the
the
choke,
grapple.
it breaks the grapple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he breaks the grapple and gets his way away from you and starts getting out of the APC. Remy, I'm assuming your action was still readied for that. Go ahead and roll 2 hit. You got it. Roll your
Oh, I
damage.
thought we tried to keep this one alive.
Whoops.
Blue box. What's a blue box mean? Oh, 1 6
A
and
success,
1
I think.
fail. Okay. Let me check this guy's health. So many windows, so many
14
tabs.
from the choke, and then whatever this is from the armor.
And then the 18 from the grenade.
Well, he still had his armor on. Yeah. You. This guy tries getting out of the vehicle, and same thing as you said. Perfect example, Django. He just Django's him straight back to the APC on top of the other person. And we're out of initiative order at this point. But yeah, you waste him as well. T-Bar, this guy, you see him fly back into the APC and crumple onto the ground.
I just look up at Remy like, I thought you said get him alive.
I said try.
I mean, Mags can go and see if she can stabilize him before he fails his death save.
Nope, I just rolled the death save. He failed very
Oh!
Jack's gonna go give them both the once over for anything useful.
Markings, including equipment.
Yeah, so you start going through his stuff. Go ahead and roll me conceal reveal. Let's see what you find. T-Bar, did you want to check one of the bodies as well? Or you just want to get out of there?
Yeah, I just want to get out. I wouldn't rummage through their pockets probably.
Okay. So a 10, not very high. What you do find on them is that both of them are wearing jackets that say Medicore on them. Not in that huge print like that guy before, but in like a small logo on their lapel up on their chest. So they're wearing their Medicore materials. For Beverly, the driver's seat guy, you find his heavy SMG. He is 1 magazine. And for the other one, whose her name was Faraway, she has a very heavy melee weapon. So you find a pretty massive pretty massive blade hidden on her, or not hidden on her, strapped on her, because you already took the gun out of her hand. And you don't find anything else in the pockets.
When for the heavy SMG, when you say 1 magazine, is the weapon? I mean, not full because you fired it. Is there 20 in the thing and then another magazine? Or
so he fired off 10 rounds. That means there's 20 left
Yeah.
in the gun, and there's 30 extra bullets in that magazine.
Sweet, okay.
But yeah, the front of that vehicle, you can see that it was pretty seriously damaged by that explosion. it smells like charred humans inside of there. Outside where Jack had yeeted that grenade, it's pretty big mess. Domino, you headed over to the buggy. T-Bar left the vehicle. Remy, you got, well, 2 out of the 7 kills today for that. Jack got the other ones. So what are you guys doing, Jack? While Jack is pilfering through their pockets.
I have a suspicion of what these packages are, so I want to use my agent to call anybody that I could think of back at our actual home base to find out if everything is okay there.
As you pull up your agent, the agent is working, but there doesn't seem to be any signal whatsoever, incoming or outgoing.
And we're more than 10 miles, right? Like
Well, more than 10 miles, yeah.
All right. So I don't think we should stay here. I also don't want to leave any of our vehicles here. I mean, maybe we should, in case anybody did survive, they have a vehicle, but...
Well, I think here is as safe as anywhere right now. We've taken care of the immediate threat to this region. Kind of want to find out what's going on with the packages.
So do we want to maybe position... We have 4 vehicles here right now. Do we want to maybe reposition them a little bit to be kind of a...
Circle the wagons?
Yeah.
Doesn't the APC have like a railgun or Gatling gun or something special in it, if I recall?
I
Yeah, it has the
believe it has
amount
a
of
heavy
gun.
machine gun.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my vehicles of red because nobody has used any of those vehicles yet. So give me 1 moment.
Yeah, if we circle the vehicles up with the 2 vehicles with mounted weapons, right? Just 2 of them, right? The APC and the AV.
And
So
if we could get my AV running, that might be helpful. I could tow this AV here. It's got a heavy chassis. It's should be able to tow like 20 tons. Like I could even maybe, if we don't have a driver for that AV, might be able to, or for the APC, might be able to get it out.
Okay.
Okay, so on the APC, it's got 2 light machine guns and 1 anti-tank rocket.
Okay.
Did the Dune buggy have any weaponry?
No.
Jack
Okay.
will.
No, the car does not either, right?
No.
No, it doesn't.
My
Jack
AV
will-
has some 3 rockets. So.
It does, yeah.
So if we put the AV and the APC on opposite sides of a rough square, they're shielding us, and we man the guns, and we just kind of hold camp until we have agents online, and we monitor this station, and we try to deduce.
Should we
what they're talking
start
about.
trying to maybe get some of these people into a defensive, like if we set up a defensive perimeter, should we try to save anyone?
Jack
Yeah,
will step out of the APC at that point, and he's kind of 1,000 yards stare, like he's clearly not focusing on what's in front of him. Kind of just done back in like that.
Yeah, anybody that I mean, we can call out and let people know if they want to stay. Their safety in numbers, help us fortify this area.
Hold on.
I mean,
The sky is fucking falling down around us, and you want to hang around. They were Metacore, and they were here, and they fucking killed Bear. Remy, get Bear's buggy working.
Yeah.
We need to leave.
Well,
I'm with Jack on this one.
For once, I'm with Jack on this.
well,
I don't know if y'all don't
AV
have any sense of self-preservation, but the fucking sky just blew up.
Domino.
we just got out of the shit show by the skin of our teeth, and y'all want to hang around? We got a tuck tail, baby.
almost the second Jack was done speaking, he doesn't wait for a response. He starts walking over to Bear's dune buggy, and he gets to the dune buggy, and you just see him kind of.
Domino opens the door for him. Can you drive this?
Yeah, I'm not a wizard like you, but I'm not bad behind the wheel.
Okay. You drive this. We're going to see about hooking the APC up to the AV so that we can get that out of here too. So we don't have to try to drive that.
The AV
then-
is still not ready to get up in the air, though. If I recall right, I couldn't get it to start. You said.
Hey,
none
Remy,
of the,
can you
none
take
of
a
the
look at
three
that?
vehicles have been started up yet.
Yeah, let's see if we can get these going.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to work on it right away because I'm not looking to stay around here.
Start with the AV. While you're working on the AV, I'll see if I can tinker with the buggy, with Bear's buggy.
Now, do you think going airborne is the first route we want to go? On account of all that up in the air.
We're going to want to have it on hand regardless. He can low fly it if necessary. It's an AV. It can hover at ground level.
All right.
And again, it could tow the APC if we need it to. But that way we can bring it so we have something armored outside of the AV in case shit hits the fan wherever we end up.
Which is where? Where are we going to go?
Anywhere but here right now.
Um,
I'd say back to our Snake Nation camp to see if it's even still there.
yeah, Mags is going to take the small Snake Nation badge or lapel pin or whatever signifier she has off of her equipment, hand it to Domino, say, get Calamity back to Kali. I got to go help the survivors. And then she starts walking back towards the main Nomad market.
Domino will tackle. We need you. The family first. I know you need to want to take care of survivors, but
Family's got Kali right now, and we've got the supplies. Get them back to camp.
our family
Get them
here
back to camp.
will need you too. Callie is great, but she can't take care of all of us. We need both of you. We need you right here in case something else happens. T-Bar just had a grenade explode under him. Calamity's not waking up. If something goes worse with her, do you think we can take care of her? Stay. Know your priorities. Remember them. You're one of us. We're a priority. I know you want to save everybody, but right now, family first. Your core family here.
Are we even hearing the gunfire from inside anymore? Like, does it seem like it calmed down, or we're still hearing constant
It's still
fire?
going.
All right. So while they're having this argument, I'm going to go try and fix the AV.
All right, go ahead and roll me tech check. Are you doing the AV, the APC, or the buggy?
Is it the AV that you fly, T-Bar?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we'll start with the AV then.
Okay, go ahead and
And
roll
what?
vehicle tech.
And that's air vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're able to get it started up. And T-Bar, you get a signal in because it's short range. You get a signal in. The proto AI in there is back online. T-Bar.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna start it up. I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like running's a good idea, but I don't think we should split up again. So whatever you guys want to do, but I just don't feel like running is. I mean, if they got things up in the air and we're the only things moving out of here, I feel like we're gonna be easily spotted.
Well, with that, actually, go ahead and roll me a perception check. T-Bar.
Yeah, no problem.
Actually, even better, ladies and gentlemen, all of you, go ahead and roll me a perception check. What is going on around you? Because Nobody's really been paying attention to the environment. You guys have been paying attention to the combat at hand, the vehicles. Mag's trying to make up her mind about what to do. All right, so T-Bar, that is, oh my goodness, going all the way up here. All right, so Mags 19, Devilish Jack Holmes 16, Remy 13, 13, 10. Okay, so Mags and Jack, both of you can very, very clearly see that there are other vehicles that are successfully leaving. So there are some other cars that are taking off. There's even like semi-military vehicles that are taking off. There are people fleeing. You do not see any helicopters or anything flying away, but you can see some ground vehicles taking off and going. For everybody who got a 15 and higher, okay, so that'd just be the two of them as well. So Jack and Mags, both of you can also clearly tell that there's fire from the Zeppelin is spreading. So it's spreading throughout that Nomad market. And for everybody who got a 13 and higher, you guys can still hear multiple different pockets of automatic gunfire and small explosions going off.
Vampire, is Mags still walking away?
She's currently walking back to the car.
Okay, that affected what I was going to do next. Is why I asked. Thank you.
We're going to shoot Mags. Sorry, throw a grenade at her.
Well, I was going to point a gun at her if she kept walking.
Okay.
So yeah.
Close enough. All right, so Mags, you're heading back to the vehicle. Remy, you've got the AV up and running. T-Bar, you've got the Proto AI back online, so the AV is working. You guys see people still running from there on foot. You see other vehicles leaving. People are just scattering to the winds around you. Whoever has managed to get out.
You say the June buggy was up and running again?
No, the AV was up and running.
But the AV, all right.
When Mag starts heading back towards my car, I'll slowly start walking back to the buggy, but make sure that she stays in front of me to my car, and then go work on the buggy to try to get the buggy working.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a vehicle tech check. And we got some +2 still left.
Lots of them.
We're actually down to 4 right now. So the next one comes in from Shinobi. So
Thank you,
18,
Shinobi.
20. Yeah, so you're able to get the dune buggy up and running.
Once I get it up and running, I look at Jack and I'm like, "Here you go. Make sure to take care of it." And we should be getting ready to head out here in a moment. And I'm going to go to the APC to help Remy get it connected to the AV so that we can tow it out of here.
Okay.
Yeah. God, I was there on the day that he bought this, you know. This thing's nearly as old as I am.
Well, I know you'll take care of it because of how you cared for Bear, so.
I can cry later. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just starts the engine.
And Mags, is he of cryosystems check?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and stabilize Calamity in the cryo pump.
Yeah, she's you're able to get her into the bag. She's stabilized. She's still not waking up.
Well, yeah, the cryo tank basically the cryo pump would basically put her into a life-saving coma anyway. Yeah. So it just prevents her from getting
hurt
worse.
Yeah. Gotcha.
During the drive. And then.
Yeah.
While nobody's watching, Mags will make an attempt to slip away.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth. All right. So Domino and Remy, you guys are busy with the AV. Jack, you're busy with your Goodness, the buggy. T-Bar, you're busy with your vehicle. For the four of you, go ahead and roll me a luck check.
Luck.
Luck. Domino, that's a no. Remy, that's a no. Jack, that's definitely a no.
Mine
T-Bar,
is
what's your
under
luck?
Number 2.
mine is 6.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Nothing good.
All right. Let's see. 15 versus 11. Yeah. Mags puts Calamity into the cryo bag and slips out. Nobody notices. The next couple of minutes go by. Remy, Domino, you successfully hook up the AV with the APC for a towing line. Jack, you've got the vehicle up and running. You've got everything set up, and we are at that point there where you guys get back to the vehicles and nobody sees Mad Max.
Son of a bitch.
Sake. Look, she's got marketable skills. My problem here is they aren't just going to put a bullet in her. They'll put her to work patching up our enemies first. Fuck it.
So what are you guys gonna do? Gonna try and search for her?
Yeah.
Gonna stay there? Gonna head back?
Gonna try to search.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are going to end our session. So, Mad Max has successfully slipped away from the group. Domino, Remy, T-Bar, Devilish Jack Holmes, the four of you have no idea where the hell that she's gone. Calamity is still comatose in that med bag that none of you know how to run. So unless it is destroyed or disabled, she's going to be stuck in that med bag. Yeah. It's a bit of a situation as the fires continue spreading inside of the Nomad market, as the gunfire continues going off in the area. People are leaving, and the rest of you seem to be the only ones heading back in towards the Maelstrom. And that's where we're going to end everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking around with us. Really appreciate everybody in our audience. So many of you are dropping comments and even reacting. Shinobi, I'm so sorry. You actually, I think most of our remaining, all of our remaining +2s except for one from Cyberpunk Uncensored are from you. So don't sweat. It's okay. For everybody, we're gonna go through our outros. So Jack, go ahead and introduce yourself for everybody while we sign off.
Yeah, it's Captain Mark 87. I played Devilish Jack Holmes, the Rocker Boy tonight. You can find me at here every Saturday night. You can find me at twitch.tv/Heroes in Theory starting tomorrow night at 5:30 EST, and that'll be every Sunday. And new audio, it'll be audio only, although I will upload to YouTube as well. TTRPG podcast, The Sound of Dice. It's focused on small group games, so myself as a DM and then either 1, 2, 3 players at the most, going for atmosphere over gameplay, definitely. And that's dropping in about 2 weeks on everywhere you can get podcasts, so iTunes, Apple, the lot, Stitcher and Google, whatever it is. I don't know. I've got something where you upload it and it just shares it everywhere for me. So there it is. But yeah, thanks for coming tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed the game, and we'll see you next week.
Alrighty, thank you. Chuggy, go ahead.
All right, I'm Chuggy. I played T-Bar, the Nomad, and on Twitch I stream on Chuggy305, normally on Sundays and a couple other times a week. And Hopefully, be back next week alive.
All right. Raven is not here to introduce herself, but Raven is our currently comatose solo. Hopefully, she will be back in next week to be able to play with us. Johnny Drop.
Yeah, I'm Johnny Drop. I played your tech Remy Johnson. You can find me here every Saturday. As well, I do have a Twitch channel, other Sandman 3096, as well as on the Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord at Johnny Drop and on SoundCloud at Arcsen.
Thank you. Vampire.
I'm Vampire Bites. I've been playing Mad Mags, the medic, who's decided to go on a walkabout, apparently. And I'll be back here next week on Saturday to see what happens. In the meantime, you can catch me over on the Cyberpunk Discord, Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord, and sometimes the Art House Orion Discord, Vampire Bites. And hopefully I'll get my stream running back on my channel soon.
Awesome, thank you. And Violent Neon.
Hey there, I have been your Driving Blindly Nomad Domino, and you can find me on Cyberpunk Uncensored's Discord at Violent Neon or here every Saturday.
Alrighty, thank you. And I've been your GM Capricious Nature. I've got my links and stuff in our chat. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in this week. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next week, and we will all see you folks then. Have a good one.
Cyberpunk Uncensored.